So I just found out that I'm not hot. And this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I'm in hell. I've tried for days, texting every man I know. Can you please come help me move this heavy thing? It's a piece of granite, by the way. I think we can use that as a gauge. Number 1, can you get a group of men to help you move a heavy object from point A to point B? Number 2, how far can you get them to move it? Because what I need is a piece of granite moved about 15 feet. Cannot gather 4 men to do that. Oh, I can't. I'm going to be hung over that day. Oh, I can't. Football is on. Wah. Number 1, they don't make men like they used to. Because how come nobody wants to be helpful? Little helpless old me? You want me to pick up the granite slab? Why? You're not being helpful. Number 2, I need to level up.
I'm sorry, but this is not telling of how hot you are. This is telling of how many men that you've placed in your friend zone. And it sounds like they all exited themselves without you even realizing. Because if you think that men are just going to give all of that effort, all of that time just because you're attractive and you're literally just sitting there and you're not reciprocating anything back, they are over that. They would rather have a true friend that they're putting effort towards, or they'd rather have somebody that's wanting to be in a real relationship with them. It's that simple. Stop trying to expect things from men when you're giving them literally nothing back.
Why doesn't she just call the bear? Or gather 4 strong, independent women? Girl power can get it done. We believe in you.
Guys end up in the friend zone for one reason, and that is that they lack polarity, meaning if you've ended up in the friend zone, you are not deeply embodying your masculine. Now, this can be a problem for sensitive men who really feel their feelings deeply, because for them to be in their masculine, they can't follow traditional masculinity, because most of traditional masculinity that's on planet Earth right now is extremely toxic. And if you are sensitive, then toxicity, toxic masculine does not feel good in your body, quite literally. And so you've compartmentalized, you've repressed, you've pushed down so much of yourself and so much of your authentic masculinity that you might not be showing up with women really rooted in your masculine because you've never seen it done before. So if that is you, just keep following me because I have more to tell you, and there is a way for you to be rooted in your masculine in a way that suits you, in a way that allows all of you to be present, in a way that is healthy and that is not toxic and that turns women on.
Part of the nice guy finishes the last reasoning. Time to get over it already.
I need a name for the opposite of being friend-zoned because I am so exhausted of having this experience where I think I've made a genuine guy friend. We're laughing, we're having a good time, we're bonding over mutual interests. It just feels very wholesome and fun. And then they say something suggestive, and then I have to either A, not reciprocate, or B, set a boundary, and then they just stop talking to me. And this can happen in any phase of a relationship. Either you've just met or you've known each other for a little bit. And it's so dehumanizing because it's very clear then that I was only seen as a romantic or sexual prospect and not as a person. If you have a name suggestion for this awful experience, put them down below. Feel free to share your experiences because I would love to have just a bonding moment with people who have also gone through this.
She sets a boundary. They set a boundary. Simple. But unfortunately, this simple is sometimes not comprehended by most women.
I don't know what man needs to know or understand this, but if she says anything like, I'm too busy, I have work or school, I have to focus on myself, she doesn't like you. It doesn't matter how many dates you take her on. It doesn't matter how much you hang out. It doesn't matter how much you guys text back and forth. She is not interested in you. Maybe you've even developed a friendship. That's cool, but she doesn't like you beyond just a friend. When a woman likes you, she is going to move mountains to be with you, and there are no excuses. She's going to be about it. So stop telling yourself, stop gaslighting yourself into doing more, like, oh, if I just take her out more, if I'm nicer, if I listen to her feelings, if I let her talk about other dudes, about her problems, she's eventually going to change her mind. She's not going to change her mind. If she tells you some dumb like, you're such a great guy, you're going to make a woman so happy one day, she's giving you a backhanded compliment, and it's. And another thing, if you guys are always hanging out and she's always on her phone when she's with you, but then she takes forever to respond to you, she's intentionally ignoring you. Point blank, period. And she's ignoring you because she knows that you have feelings for her and she doesn't like you. Stop trying to gaslight yourself into believing that if you change what you're doing, she's going to wake up one day and suddenly like you. Have some self-worth, have some dignity, and just understand that you can have a platonic relationship without anything romantic. But stop doing more for these ladies. Stop sending them money. Stop giving them gifts. Stop making time for them. Stop making them a priority when they've given you excuses as to why they don't like you. Seriously, stop friend zoning yourself. Stop being the side dude. Stop sticking around hoping that you're going to change her mind, because you're not. Okay, bye.
Whew. This video is definitely a dose of tough love, and honestly, sometimes we all need that. If I was a single guy watching that, it would have whipped me right into shape, let me tell you that. It certainly wasn't sugar-coated, and while that can be hard to hear, I think it can also be incredibly helpful. That said, I do think that there is always nuance to consider when it comes to something as complex as dating and relationships. So while the message is valid and important, I want to break it down and expand on some of the points she made to make it more practical and relatable and just offer a different perspective here. I think sometimes we get so caught up in trying to interpret someone's actions that we totally lose sight of the bigger picture. If she's not making time for you, if her actions don't match her words, and if you are constantly left wondering where you stand with her, then the hard truth is, now, I know this is hard to hear, but you need to hear it, she is probably not into you. It is a reality check that stings, but it's also liberating because it gives you the clarity and permission to stop chasing something that isn't there. You know, she said in the video, if a girl likes you, she will move mountains for you. And there's certainly some truth in that. I think when someone genuinely likes you, they will prioritize you. You will not have to beg for their attention or decipher these mixed signals that she's sending you. But, and this is important, life isn't always black and white. People have real obligations like work, school, and personal challenges. These things can make someone seem distant, even if they do really care about you. But I think the key here to remember is consistency. Is she still making an effort even when life gets busy? Does she communicate openly and honestly about what is going on? If the answer is no, it is time to accept that her level of interest just does not match yours, and that is okay.
Men always match effort and interest given and shown. Never beg and lose the respect you have.
All right, I say this all the time, and I get heat for it. Situationships do not exist. You are friend-zoned, and you happen to be a woman. So let's talk about it. First off, what does the friend-zone dynamic look like for guys, since I think we're a little bit more familiar with that? It's a guy who wants to be with a given girl, but maybe he's tried, maybe he hasn't. Regardless, he can't close the deal. Maybe this is because she's out of his league, maybe she just doesn't see him as relationship material, maybe that's his fault, maybe that's not. Maybe she's just emotionally checked out, whatever it is. If you're in a situationship, this should sound pretty familiar to you. The only difference is that when a woman friend zones a guy, it's a high likelihood that she uses him for emotional intimacy. Like, he's probably the one that she goes to a shoulder to cry on whenever she breaks up with someone or has troubles in her dating life. But a guy is using her for physical intimacy. The guy in the situationship is usually pretty content with the situationship. He's okay if it stays that way indefinitely. He doesn't have commitment issues, he's just made a decision. And that decision is that while he's fine to do something physically with you, probably sleeping together, he doesn't really want anything more than that. If you want a relationship and the other person doesn't, there's no specific category of like mini relationship that you're getting. It's just called rejection. But unfortunately, it's a really sticky kind of limbo that you can get stuck in if you just completely refuse to accept it because you think that a situationship eventually converts into a relationship. There's no such thing as a situationship. It's just friend zoning with benefits.
Most would argue that as long as the woman is okay with the situationship, it's not a friend zone equivalent. But she made a good point, but it's always not the same case.
Okay, I need to womansplain the friend zone. Because I just watched a video where a woman said that the friend zone doesn't exist. And I've seen tons of videos from women who criticize any men who use the term as just being misogynistic pigs who only want one thing out of women. And these are people who just don't understand what the term friend zone was supposed to mean. So again, I'll womansplain. Yes, there are some men who honestly believe that if they insert enough friendship coins into a woman, they are eventually entitled a girlfriend. Those are called nice guys, but it is not the same as being friend-zoned. Getting friend-zoned is when a woman is not interested in a guy or attracted to a guy, but she leads him on to believe that she is, so that she can attempt to manipulate as much as she possibly can out of him. She will use these men for emotional labor to validate the shit out of her whenever she's dealing with an a-hole guy, but then disappear on him entirely when that a-hole guy starts talking to her again. She keeps saying she's not ready to date you, but then guilt trips the hell out of you if you even so much as start talking to another girl. Being friend-zoned is when someone puts you into an emotional freezer bag and stuffs you into the way back of the freezer, thinking they can just take you out to thaw and have no other existence anytime they need you. A lot of men who have been friend-zoned have straight up told the girl, please tell me if you don't like me so I can move on. And they get these BS answers like, no, I do like you, I'm just not ready right now. Trust me, the friend zone is very painfully real. And if you have no idea what it's like, go take a victory lap. Enjoy. Good job.
Friend zone is basically the backup zone.
Boys, you did it again. You're stuck in the friend zone. It sucks, but I got a couple of tips. This is gonna sound harsh, but grow a backbone. Tell her how you feel. If you don't eventually tell her how you feel, you're gonna be stuck here forever. I know it's hard to believe, but she honestly might not even know that you feel this way. Sometimes putting your emotions on the line in spite of rejection is what it takes. Next, ask her how she feels about the possibility of something more. She's likely to tell you that she doesn't want to lose you as a friend. If this is the case, accept it and move on. You still have hope. Third, patience is not key. You're probably like, what the hell, right? I know you might want to be there for her, be a good friend to her, be a good support system, and you think that sticking around is going to prove a point. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You need to go out and live your life. The more that she sees you going out, enjoying your life, and being desired by other women, the more desirable you become to her. Next, stop putting her on a pedestal. She's just not doing the same for you. The more you chase something, the more it's going to run away. When you stop obsessing over her, you might even realize that you're deserving of much more. If I'm being honest, girls sometimes keep their guy friends around just because they don't want to be alone. I've done it before. Now, hey, she might come running back, realize what she had all along, and you might live happily ever after. But I want you to keep in the back of your head, do you want to be with somebody that wants you just because they thought for a second they couldn't have you?
Go for someone who wants you. If she placed you in the friend zone, then she isn't worth it. The best solution if you get friend zoned is to forget her, cut contact, and move on. She doesn't owe you a relationship. You don't owe her a friendship.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things, and we drink wine at the same time, and I'll make you both dinner, and he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
As husbands, we refuse to be treated as slave labor, women and their entitlements. Imagine this the other way around. A man asks his friend if he could borrow his wife to have his meals cooked. Sounds bizarre, right?
Okay, so you know how men are super simple, and if they're truly into you, you'll know. It's not rocket science. Women are actually the exact same way. If she's making up excuses why she's not texting you back, if she's not jumping at the opportunity to see you, if she doesn't act like she likes you, she doesn't like you. Don't let women put you in a friend zone, because this is what they try to do. They'll try to keep you around because they think you're good enough to become a friend. They want you to give them that attention that they think that they deserve, but they don't think you're good enough to be a potential boyfriend or someone that they would date. So it's not rocket science with women either. If she doesn't act like she likes you, if she doesn't jump at the opportunity to go on a date, if she doesn't text you back right away, if she doesn't act excited around you, she's not interested and she probably wants to friend zone you, so just drop it. No point in being friends with her. A woman that likes you will not keep you second guessing. You'll know. It's gonna be easy, it'll flow, it'll be natural. You guys will be on the same page. So if you feel like you're doing the chasing and it's not reciprocated, drop her. She doesn't like you.
Also, pay attention when a woman does make it a point to contact you. Is she bored? Does she want something from you?
If you're an attractive woman, he's not your friend. He's not your friend. Not how most men think. They don't just be friends with an attractive woman because they like her personality. He's waiting for the opportunity, hoping for the opportunity to get out of the friend zone. Or, he's using you for social status. If a guy has attractive female friends, it definitely elevates his status. I have some guy friends, but I know where things stand. Like, I know if ever they got the opportunity, they would take it.
By saying this, you are basically saying that there's only one thing girls offer: sad.
As a guy, stop putting yourself in the friend zone. Women know what they want almost immediately. So if she's putting you in the friend zone and she's giving you a bunch of excuses like, oh, I'm not ready to be in a relationship yet. Oh, I'm just in a tough place right now. Oh, I just need some time to figure out myself and I just need to find my journey. She's bullshitting you. She just really don't like your ass. She don't really find you attractive, but she's being nice. She's too nice to just be like, get the F out my face. She's just being nice by saying all these excuses to not hurt your feelings. So she's putting you in the friend zone and basically keeping you as an option when her main dude that she really liked, that'll let him do whatever the hell he wants, she's playing games with that nigga and giving him the time of day. And if that falls off, or if that breaks off, or if he dumps her one day, she'll have you in the friend zone when it's time for her to pack it up, be in these streets, and she can run back to your ass as the backup plan. So fellas, ladies only have male friends as a backup plan. Don't get it twisted.
We put ourselves in no zone. We just eliminate ourselves from contention altogether.
Who doesn't love the good old-fashioned Hollywood trope of the friend zone guy being the right guy all along that was under her nose the whole time? It sounds like something, Julia Roberts would be. Well, oh, wait, she was. This comment. It's funny. I usually hear from men who are upset about being friend zoned. I rarely hear from women who are upset about being friend zoned because, I don't know, women either take it or leave it. I think that's one of the things. And I think the other thing is, like, women understand the value of having a good friend, and they understand that, if this is someone that we intellectually connect, it doesn't hurt to have another person kind of in my support network. Men don't do well with the friend zone because they see it as you're kind of waiting on bat. They think if I just hang around long enough, she is going to realize what a good thing has been in her face all along. And here's the sad truth. If she friend zone you, you're not the right guy. You were never the right guy for whatever reason. Maybe she's not attracted to you. Maybe there's other lifestyle factors that make you guys incompatible. But you can stick around for 2 months or 2 years, you're never going to be the right guy. And you really have no right to be bitter about it. If she said she only wants to be friends with you, she means it. Now, I have learned from my mistake of friend zoning a couple guys and then finding out later on that when they really aren't going to get anywhere with me, they're not so nice. Going back to my video about nice guys not really being nice guys. I learned that the hard way. So now, if I'm not attracted to them, I let them go. I don't try to form a friendship. Gentlemen, maybe that's something that you should be doing too.
The friend zone doesn't exist. She likes you or she doesn't, because she needs you or she doesn't.
You're such a major green flag that I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, that's okay. But thank you so much for saying that.
No, I love the way you interacted with everyone. You're so polite and like, you're just down for like the criticism as well. But I think it's like too much of a green flag that I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna ruin you.
No worries, no worries.
Wait, so you're saying he's too perfect, therefore you're gonna reject him?
Yeah.
Understood. Makes sense, yeah?
It's gonna be your heartbreak.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Did you get that? He's too good. Oh, you're so perfect. You're, polite and you take criticism well and you were like so respectful to anyone, but I can't. Like, I feel like I'm going to ruin you. Guys, she's lying. He's boring. She's bored. This is a perfectly decent guy, probably, right? He's a good looking guy. He looks like he's relatively in shape. He's soft spoken, he's gentle, he's polite, as she said. I guess it's a game where you're able to criticize. He accepted that criticism with dignity and took it, and he's too nice. This is why the nice guys finish last. He overextended himself too much. He was too polite. He was too, oh, what can I do to make you happy? He was too like, oh, yes, of course, you said I was XYZ. Well, maybe I can improve on. You can see the energy right from the get-go that guy is too soft. He's too gentle. He's like sunken in. Stand up straight, guys. Stand up. You got to have that man energy. You got to have that masculine male energy. You got to have it all around you. In fact, it's got to be so strong that she feels it where she's standing, so that if the wind blows a certain way, she's like, ooh, right? So the power dynamic in that she assessed was going to be with her, right? And ultimately, women don't want that. They think they want to be in power, but they don't. Because those guys that allow them to be in power, they cheat on them. Or they leave them.
Too many women think they know what they want till they get it. Sadly, the ones who would want someone like this are too rare. A good example is Kaká, Brazilian soccer player. A good-looking guy, rich, nice guy. His ex-wife divorced him because he was too perfect. Husband, dad. Well, that says a lot about today's women.
If you're in the friend zone right now, you have two options. Continue being her friend and give up on the idea of ever dating her. Or two, stop being her friend and give yourself a fighting chance at dating her. I'm gonna give you the hard truth. She might like you, but she doesn't desire or respect you. You wanna know why? Because you're acting like a girl. You're passively marketing yourself to her. You're basically begging her to notice you. That's not what men do. When a man with confidence and self-respect wants to pursue a relationship, he makes his intentions clear and doesn't play games. He acts in a manner that represents what he wants the relationship to be. And if she doesn't reciprocate, he moves on to a girl that will. He doesn't linger as her friend. The first time I flew to Florida to visit my now boyfriend, I told him I wanted to visit his friends first to see if we had a good connection. He told me, verbatim, I have no interest in being your friend. This statement was jarring, but it did two things. It simplified the situation and put me in a much less anxious headspace, and it also made me respect him immensely because he was clearly a man of self-respect. So find some self-respect of your own and get the hell out of the friend zone.
Just walk and don't care. Go find a girl that's intentional about her pre-selection of you. If you're in the friend zone, she doesn't respect you, bro.
You should not stay friends with a girl who rejects you. I get it. I've been in this scenario before where a girl rejects you and it hurts a lot, but then she says, oh, but we can stay friends. And then you think to yourself, oh yeah, you know what? If I just be her friend for a while and I show that I care about her, oh yeah, one day, then she'll finally want me again. But in reality, It never actually works out that way. When a girl says, let's be friends, what she's basically saying is, I want your attention, I want your validation, but I don't actually want to make any sort of romantic commitment to you. And to be honest, being in this position with a girl who you like just really hurts, because she'll always talk about all the guys that she's into, who she's going out with, and then you're just like her guy best friend who she's talking to about all these things. It's not very good for your mental health. Instead, just cut things off. It might be hard at first, it might hurt, you might feel like you're losing out on something, but in reality, you're just freeing yourself up for another girl who would actually want to be with you and value you for who you are. And then if she decides she wants to be more than friends and she comes back to you, that's great, but don't stay in the friend zone with a girl who you actually want to be more than friends with, because that's not authentic to you.
If she friend zones you, take it for what it is. No point in having wishful thinking she'll change her mind. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.